trophy to our winner, EA1.
Brilliant. Well done. Now walking that in back to back. Well done. That's a brilliant shot in. But congratulations indeed to the 21-year-old. Hello and welcome to the weekend here at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It's all shaping up to be a highly contested competition, and we've got three players locked in the lead on 9 under par. And what stars they are. Kate Burton in the commentary box, and a pleasure to welcome alongside me Nam Padong, a former touring professional. And Nam, what a good week it's been so far.
Yes, most certainly. It's a beautiful afternoon here at Blue Canyon. Certainly a very hot afternoon, but we certainly feel the wind picking up here a little bit here, Kate.
Well, it's all to play for this weekend, Nam. It's a very international leaderboard that we have. And what a venue this is. The quite stunning Blue Canyon course. We are on the Canyon course. There is the Lakes course as well. So a 36-hole layout. But some breathtaking holes, in particular on the back nine, for a course that was designed back in 1991.
Yes, certainly the back nine has got a lot of tricks up its sleeves, especially the signature hole on hole number 14. Statistically, was the toughest hole on day number 1. We'll have to see how today pans out.
Well, it's come a long way since being an abandoned tin mine, and that was flanked by rubber plantations. So the first nine weaves its way through the trees, but these are the holes that form the back nine. There is that signature par 3 14th, not quite an island green, but it's a very small target. And the previous hole, the Canyon hole, that was made famous by Tiger Woods when he played here in the Johnny Walker Classic in the late 1990s. It has also hosted the Honda Invitational, the BMW International World Final, the Thai Open and the Tiger Skins. But we are very pleased that for the second year running, we have the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, and there will be an Annika Invitational next month. So plenty of golf going on here, and lots of golf, excellent golf, over the past 2 days. Well, we've got 40 players competing from the KLPGA Tour, but we've also got leading players from Thailand, from China, and also Japan. And the top 3 players are from 3 different nationalities: South Korea, Japan, and also China. So 9 under, it's going to be interesting to see what will be the target come day's end, Nam, because that breeze is freshening and it's going to make that golf course just a fraction more difficult. But how about the round yesterday from Li Shuying, the Chinese player who's come into this week with a good run of form after her appearances on the LPGA?
Yes, certainly. Exactly like Kate said, at the very top of the leaderboard, it's very international mix. You got a young lady from China, you got a young lady from Japan, and of course you got Yo Hung-ju representing Korea very well as well. Of course, the leaderboard is very congested. You see lots of good scores out here this week, lots of good golf to be played, and we cannot wait to see what these young ladies are going to do today.
Well, for Thai fans, you'll be pleased to see Arpachaya Yubon, who has said that her wrist has been hurting coming into this week. So a round of 71, to be 6 under par going into the weekend. And this was the scores come day 2. So it was a round of 71 yesterday for Arpachaya Yubon, who plays most of her golf on the LPGA Tour. But wonderful to see her playing here back in Thailand again. And a word about the contingent of Thais that are competing.
Yes, of course. You see some of those names from Thailand there as well. Navaporn Sontriyas, nickname Honey. Of course, she's just first year debuting as a professional, and of course, such an amazing talent already.
And other players as well, like Wasawan Sankapong, It was a round of 71 yesterday to add to a 70. And then, as we are so used to talking about here in Asia, the strong contingent of Korean golfers. Kim Min-ju, a 67 on Friday for Kim. Ko Ju also had a very good outing as well. And Kam Bunabodi, 71 from her yesterday.
Yeah, certainly. Napatsawan Papsima, certainly 3 under par for the first 2 days.
We had 120 players take to the fairways on Thursday morning. The cut came at 1 under last night, and the top 60 players advanced through to the weekend. And there were some notable absences, in particular the former world number 1 and US Open champion Park Sun-kyung and her army of fans. They are not here this weekend. So that is a real shame for fans of Park Sun-kyung. They will have to wait a little bit longer for her to lift another title. Unbelievable to think that she was a former number 1 player and is now outside of the top 600 in the world rankings. It's a frustrating game, golf.
Yeah, certainly anything could happen in this beautiful game of ours. And of course, today is moving day, so we'll have to see who moves up and down that leaderboard.
Well, our eyes are going to be firmly fixed mainly towards the top of the leaderboard, the sharp end, because these are the players that are in form. It's a good walk around this course as well. I mean, the temperatures, you're used to this now. It's about 33 degrees. That is steamy, and it's a tough job for the caddies as well.
Yeah, certainly carrying those big tour staff bags out there cannot be easy, but you do see some of our Korean players here with ice packs, ice jackets, trying to keep cool in this hot Thai weather, but we are happy to see this blue skies here today.
Well, here we have our feature groups that we're going to be paying close attention to, and 3 great players here now.
Yeah, certainly from our very far left there, Takaki Yuna, all the way from China, Kim Woo-jung, and Bae Song-young representing Korea very well as well.
Takagi enjoyed a first round of 66, the young Japanese player. So that was good going, backed it up with a round of 71, and a good day yesterday for Bae So-hyung, 66, and 2 rounds in the 60s for Kim Woo-jung. Our next feature group, also a talent flooding in as ever from Korea.
Yeah, Jang Yi-sung, 68-68, 8 under par right now. Hwang Yu-min, our long hitter. Certainly we saw her power yesterday on our live broadcast. 70-67 also. Beautiful first 2 opening rounds. And Han Jing-sun, 69-68. Just impressive 2 rounds to start as well.
Well, that's group 17. And then we will move to our penultimate group. Park Bok-yom, who very nearly looked like she was heading towards a course record. It was a fast start from Park.
Yeah, certainly yesterday she had the chance to really separate herself from the leader. Just a little bit of a mishap coming in, but still just a couple of shots behind the leader. Jung Sung-hee, certainly a player we're going to have to keep our eye on as well. 69 opening round, 67 yesterday. And Sung Yuna, 67-69, certainly beautiful 2 opening round as well.
So a trio of South Koreans. But in the main feature group, the leaders from China, Japan, and South Korea, Lee Shu-ying, well, it keeps on getting better and better for Lee. She plays an awful lot of her golf, though, on the Korean tour, but does come back to China. But her dad is Korean, so hence she speaks Chinese and Korean, and enjoying life on the KLPGA, courtesy of a 65 yesterday.
Yeah, certainly. And of course, we cannot forget about our young lady from Japan, Yamashita Miyu. Leader after day 1, leader after day 2. We'll have to see if she can go wire to wire.
And the final player, Yoo Hyun-jo, rounds of 68 and 67. A rookie on tour. She's only 21 years old, and apparently very funny and ever popular on tour, having spoken to Daniel, the KLPGA media officer. And we were down there on the first tee earlier this morning, and she was cracking jokes and having a whale of a time. So I heard yesterday, and I thought these were very wise words from JB, who is the caddy of Yamashita Miyu. He says, you got to prepare like it means the world, but play like it means nothing.
Wow, what an incredible quote there.
And that's what these players who find themselves on the upper echelons of the leaderboard have done so well. Let's have a look at the 9th hole, which in the morning was playing into the breeze. That breeze does switch in the afternoon. It's a challenging par 5.
Yeah, certainly a little bit of a snaky kind of course layout here on the final hole here on the front 9. Par 5, a gettable birdie hole here. Most players are going to try to drive it up the left-hand side of the fairways there. For some of our longer hitters, they can carry that water hazard and go for the green in 2, but most of the players will lay up just short of that bridge there to try to approach the green for their 3rd shot to set themselves up for a beautiful birdie here.
You really don't want to be above the hole, though, with the when it comes down to the putting action.
Yeah, absolutely. As this camera angle start to come around the corner, you can see the undulation working up towards the clubhouse there. Anything long is an absolute no-no.
Well, this is the group that teed up at 10:45 this morning. Ma Da-som, Park Ji-hee, and Kim Soo-ji. It's Ma Da-som, who is 4 under par. This is indeed Ma Da-som, all in white. And playing alongside this player, Kim Soo-ji.
Just a beautiful drive, driving it up that left-hand side of the fairway, just like we mentioned. That's going to set her up for a beautiful 2nd shot there.
Well, Park Ji-hee is also in this group as well. And Park Ji-hee has had 2 rounds of 69. Have we got any players that are able to get home in 2 today on this par 5 9th now?
I believe Park has a chance here, but we'll have to see how good of a lie she has there on the 2nd shot. We'll have to see if she's on a little bit of a downhill slope, because she does have to hit a fairway metal there. Here's our there we go. We have here our Thai favorite, Apishaya Yubon, 9 under par already. Fiery hot start for the day.
Fantastic front 9. Picked up 3 birdies.
On number 4, number 7, and number 9.
Now out in 33.
To get within 2 shots of the lead.
That's a nice attempt. Well, pay close attention to the wrist, because she is struggling with a wrist injury. But she was saying after her round yesterday, every time I play at home, I feel the pressure to perform well. I end up trying too hard and pushing too much. So says it is painful. She's going to take a full month off to rest. But hopefully that will be tomorrow evening after she's lifted the trophy, much to the delight of her contingent of Thai fans who would love to see her win around this track. It's going to be tough given the competition that's also out here this weekend. Okay, well, let's go back to Park.
Park Ji-hee elected to lay up here.
Well, what a place this is to come and visit and also to play golf. If you're thinking of a holiday, come to Phuket. It's the biggest island off of Thailand. Some great golf courses. Got Blue Canyon, got Red Mountain, Laguna, just to name a few. Good beaches as well.
Yes, certainly. Here's Kim Soo-ji with a fairway medal. I believe she is going for this green here.
It's going to be tough to get home into. I think with that breeze playing into for the players, it's you need a towering big fade, don't you? Hwang Yu-min might have a chance as one of the contenders.
Madison now. Yeah, with all that length, she does not have to lay back. She can carry that water hazard. Quick switch back to Pichaya Yubon for her par save here on number 10.
This to remain 3 back of the lead that's held by Yu Hyun-jo. No problems, confidently negotiated. And a player whose nickname is Piano.
Yeah, certainly. Her father named her Piano, isn't it?
Yeah, wanted her to take up the piano. We haven't had a chance to ask her if she does actually play. Her brother, amusingly, is nicknamed Guitar. So a penchant for music, certainly in that family. Now that breeze, as we see, so certainly giving the players something to think about. Now Park Ji-hee going in with nothing more than a little wedge.
Gonna be looking to attack that flag stick. That is tucked well right of the green here.
Superb shot in, no. And keeping cool. Well, unable to get home in 2, but over the water in 2. That's for Kim Soo-ji. Next to play. Number 1 player in terms of greens in regulation on the Korean Tour last year. 81% of greens she hit throughout the course of last season. There's another one right there. That is in close, and that is a very makeable putt for a birdie.
You can see there right now on our screen, Madison walking up to the flag, trying to get a gauge on what that slope is doing there. She does have a lot of green to work with, but it is very undulated, sloping from left to right from her point of view and uphill the whole way there.
We'll come back to that shot in just a moment's time, but why don't we feast our eyes on the silverware and the trophy, and also, small matter of the prize money. Increased to $800,000 US this year in 2025, and the winner's share $144,000. So there's a lot at stake. There's also world ranking points, pride, honor, and order of merit points as well up for grabs. So it's always so impressive to me how these players continually deliver, turn up, stitch together 4 good rounds to be in contention on one of the premier golf tours in the world. Okay, Ma, third shot, electing to fly it all the way, hoping for some spin.
Ooh, that's a risky play there.
Sometimes feel that a bump and run might have been a better option.
Yeah, certainly you can always take two options, but it is whatever suits the player eyes the best. And Modest she certainly is an aggressive player, isn't she, Kate? She definitely goes for it.
There's some beautiful wildlife here. So many different birds. We haven't seen any snakes yet. Any monitor lizards haven't reared their heads, but it is picturesque all the way around this track, that's for sure. Well, birdie putts to come now, and first up is Marderson. It's been a bit of a struggle today, 2 over the card, so heading in the wrong direction. That lead now at 12 under. Looking for the first birdie of the round for Ma. Now the diminutive South Korean working alongside her caddy very hard. We have noticed they are not fast on the greens. A lot of these players giving it their full attention. But this now Park Ji-hee.
Going to be just a little delicate putt down the hill here. Very subtle movement from left to right.
Oh, that's a great putt from Park. Well, it's a front nine that's featured too many bogeys, unfortunately. That was the first birdie of the day. So out in 39. All in white. For Kim Soo-ji. This for a 4.
Oh, and yes, she does. She certainly capitalized there on that reachable par 5 here.
Walking it in too. Good bounce back from the bogey at 8. So out in even par, 6 under. And they clear the green for the third to last group to make their way up the 9th. Oh, now I need to be better at my birds, I think, this week. Our director clearly likes them. Do we know what that one is?
I do not know. I'm not great with the wildlife, but there is a lot of it here in Phuket, especially at Blue Canyon, a beautiful course here.
We went for a walk along the beach this morning, and horses galloping along the beach. That was wonderful to see. Now Kim Woo-jeong. 135 yards for Kim, who's going along very nicely indeed. 7 under par.
Oh, and it seems like it caught a little bit of branch there on that tree. That tree does come in play. That's why you see lots of players really trying to squeeze that second shot up the left-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, this is quite a long way in now with the third. But a great round yesterday from Bae So-hyung. 66. Gonna have to fly it over the tree and nestle it next to the pin if it's going to get close. Only 3 back, though.
Oh, and she suffers the same fate there, clipping that tree. And I'm not sure if she got a lucky enough bounce. We're gonna have to see if that ended up in the water penalty hazard area. Exactly as you mentioned, Kate, with this wind kind of playing against you, it's making this hole a lot longer. You tend to see lots more balls at the end of the fairway there. Not today. 124 yards now for Yuna from Japan. She's gonna have to hoist this one up in the air very high. Oh, and yes, she does.
Well, let's check in now with the 11th hole. It's another good par 5. Here we are at the 11th with Arpachai Yubon, 3 adrift of the lead. Needs to chase is another back pin there on 11. Finished 5th last year at the US Open. So a great run of form for Arpachai, who plays mostly all of her golf on the LPGA Tour. Now this is where the ball of Bay ended up. So that she has got a shot.
Oh, and it needs to settle down there just a little bit. She's going to have a testy par save from that back of the green there.
And on a relatively straightforward hole, does not want to drop a shot when she's been chiseling away at the lead. A couple of birdies there were on holes 5 and 6. So 1 under the card at this point, so 9 under for the championship. And it's just so irritating now, isn't it, when you play the hard holes easily, but then this is a relatively straightforward shot. Oh, now to her playing partner.
Kim Woo-jung. It's a makeable chip shot here. Oof. And just burn that top edge there.
No bogeys, no birdies on the scorecard yet for Kim Woo-jung. It's just been a whole string of pars. So Kim at 7 under. Well, we've got 14 players who are 7 under or better, so 14 within 5 shots of the lead. That lead is held by Yu Hyun-jo on 12 under after a fast start with 4 birdies and just the 1 drop shot. Interesting, isn't it, now, when we look at Asian golf, why do you think it is so popular for the women, and why are there so many great female players from Japan, Thailand and South Korea that play golf?
Well, I believe number one thing is that in Korea it's hard to play any sports that are team-wise, so individual sports certainly allows them to play the game a little bit easier.
As we have a look at the birdie attempt from Yuna Tagagi, but I mean, so many good players from Japan, and it's amazing when we look at the likes of Miyu Yamashita, the Aki Iwai sisters, Chisato and Aki, and then this player as well, Yuna, Rio Takeda last week won on the LPGA Tour. 38 out for Takagi. But South Korea really inspired by the likes of Se-ri Pak back in the late 90s, who won the US Open. And it made an awful lot of young girls in Korea go, I would like to do that. Well, it's a South Korean that leads the way. It was a three-way tie at the beginning of the day, but now Yoo Hyun-jo, just a rookie on tour. She won last year a major championship, winning the KB Financial Group Star Championship at Blackstone in Incheon for her first win on tour, and is showing her class so far this week in Phuket. 2 shots clear at the top.
Certainly lots of experience chasing her down there though, Kate. Like Lee Shu-ying, Apishaya Yubon, Yamashita Miyu, and Koji Yu, who was the leader on day 1 and now starting to find her form back here again on day 3.
As we roll through a couple of pages on the leaderboard, these players need to find a bit more magic and a spark in their round if they are going to contest. But solid days so far for Choi Kabin and Han Ji-won. They are a couple under. Well, we're here for the weekend action at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It's the 3rd round. It's Saturday. It's known in golfing days as Moving Day. Well, there's a few players who are making a move up the leaderboard, but it's Yoo Hyun-jo who has made a big statement to lead on 12 under par. 2 shots clear at the top. But other players are looking to make a move. And this is Han Jin-seong, 69-68 for Han, playing the 9th.
And from 126 yards, she's not going to be too happy with that results there.
It's a different hole today, this 9th, into that breeze. There were quite a few players able to get close to the green yesterday. It's only going to be a handful today.
Hwang Yu-min now approaching the green here from 125 yards.
And this is a player, Nam, that we thought might be able to get home into one of the longest hitters on tour, Hwang, but even Hwang being tested here on the par 5 9th. Final player in this group, Jun Ye-sun. 2 rounds of 68 for Jun. Not a long hitter. There's a big difference off the tee between Jun and Hwang. Hwang, one of the longest on tours. Jun, one of the shortest. But she's got some short game skills to lean on, that's for sure.
All right, and that's a straight right on the flagstick there. Just a little bit short. She'll have a nice uphill putt there for her birdie attempt.
Yeah. Hwang is 4th in driving distance, and Jun is 101st in driving distance.
Back to number 11 here with Apishaya Yubon. Got a lengthy birdie putt here.
Has had a busy season on tour. A piano, as she is affectionately known. Played last week in the Blue Bay LPGA. That's on Hainan Island, the southernmost province of China, an island off the south coast. Was 40th, but had a good run at the Buick Invitational in Shanghai last year, finishing 9th. But back now in Thailand, and here we are. Let's return to the action on the 9th hole. Huang. Two-time winner on tour. One of those came last year. She also had 4 runner-up finishes as well. So would love to close the door on more wins in 2025, of which there's 30 events this year on the KLPGA Tour. And this is the first one to kick off proceedings. Anna, I think it's a great choice of venue, don't you?
Yeah, certainly. It would be a great one for her to win to start her season here with us here in Thailand.
And how nice coming to Phuket. I mean, I think the players must be torn between wanting to go to the beach and play golf. Now, I know we're into the serious part of the championship now. We've reached the weekend, but it's a fab place to come and visit.
Yes, most certainly.
Good old aim point is out today, Nam.
Yeah, certainly these ladies are not taking it lightly. They want to see every angle possible before they hit that putt.
Well, this is Han Jin Seong. What's this putt going to do, Nam?
I believe it's going to break away from her just a little bit. It's going to be swooping left to right. It's going to go up the hill first, then it's going to start to die down the hill there.
6 under for the championship, 1 over today.
She's going to have to put a little bit of pace on there before it starts to break down the hill. Let's see if she has enough courage to get it up there. Yeah, that's definitely the tricky part about making that putt from across the green there. Certainly a big undulation right at the middle there.
A bumpy start for Han. Bogeys on 1 and 3. Picked a birdie up on the 5th. This is for a birdie. And this for Junye Sung. Will be the second birdie of the day, but that's also going to remain above ground. There's been 3 bogeys on the scorecard for Jun. So 6 under. And a walking advertisement for Malbon, which is continually growing amongst the players. There's a number of good, leading touring professionals that love wearing that brand.
Yeah, certainly Jason Day being the leader of that.
Yeah, and Charlie Hull on the women's tour on the LPGA.
Yeah, certainly we cannot forget about that young lady also. Huang with her par save now. We saw yesterday she had some magic with her short game. Beautiful up and down on 10, 11, and 12. Let's see if she could continue the magic here on number 9. Oh, and it just missed on the low side of the cup there.
It has been an adventurous front 9 for Huang. Opened with a bogey, responded with 3 consecutive birdies on some difficult holes, 3 and 4 in particular. It was another bogey at the 6th, then a birdie at 7, and then 2 bogeys to bookend. I mean, she's actually gone out in 36 with 1 par. 4 birdies, 4 bogeys, 1 par, 36. Thank you very much. 7 under for the day, for the championship. Ooh, dribbles that in the side door, but pulls it out from the middle for Han Jin Seong. So an outward half of 37 for Han. 6 under as she marches to the 10th. but nobody in that particular group of Jun, Huang, and Han firing on all cylinders as yet. Can they come alive on the back nine, the Canyon nine? We're going to drop back one, and we're now going to join the group. Going for the green.
From 231 yards here.
Yeah, this is Song Un Ah. Oh, that is a big hit from Song.
That might have been the first player that has reached the green here on number 9.
Played on the Dream Tour last year where she won twice. Now a rookie on the KLPGA. First full year on the main tour in Korea. 3 tours in one country. So you've got the Jump Tour, the Dream Tour, and then the KLPGA. There's a lot of golf to be played. Now Song is playing with Jung Sung-hee and Park Bok-yom. And behind that bush is Park Bok-yom. Has been a good day so far.
Yeah, certainly making a charge up that leaderboard. 2 birdies so far on 6 and 7.
And another opportunity right here at 9.
Yeah, we certainly usually see lots of players hit these wedge shots like a low trap shots in there, but today with that tree, everybody is hoisting it up in the air.
Just like that player as well, Jung Sung-hee. 67 yesterday from Jeon. Still looking for her first win on the Korean Tour. It's only her 4th event on the main tour, the KLPGA. She also, like her playing partner, played mostly on the Dream Tour last season. Well, no change at the top. We still have Yoo Hyun-jo leading by 2 shots. How will that stand come day's end? Do stay with us for Saturday's coverage of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It's a busy leaderboard with the very best women golfers from Asia. And playing in this elevated championship now with a prize fund of $800,000 US. It's a lot at stake. But now, from across the green at the 9th, it's Una. And it's for an eagle.
Yeah, just so hard for players to really trust to stroke that one up the hill. Certainly, because if you go past it, it certainly does slope away from you quickly.
Well, electing to wear the beige pants today, the beige trousers, as we would say back in Europe, for Jung Sung-hee. It is so warm. I find it fascinating to see how golfers dress themselves and just the amount of sun protection that they have. Even if they're wearing shorts, they're wearing tights to keep away from the sun.
Yeah, certainly
Protect the skin.
Yeah, certainly those trousers keep those legs away from that sun.
Well, and also the face masks as well. There's a caddy there. It's like, guess the caddy now. They are well disguised, but sun safe, that's for sure. All right. Park Bok-yom, this for birdie at 9, and this to get within 1 of the lead.
To move up to 11 under par. And she did not like how she stroked that one. She taps it on in for a par to make the turn at 10 under par there.
Jeong, this also for birdie. This would be helpful. Oh, just not enough. Missing it on the low side, running out of steam the final couple of rolls.
There's the infamous lab putter there that's so popular now on tour.
It is interesting, isn't it? When you look at the tools that the players employ, you know, the Odyssey putter, the Jailbird, used by Gino, also used by Ronnie Yin. A lot of players on the Ladies European Tour. Then, of course, you can never rule out a Scotty Cameron. But the lab as well, growing ever popular.
All right, here comes Song, the only player in this pairing to reach the green in 2.
Oh, and it's a good 2-putt, and it's a birdie for Song Eun-ah. And she elevates herself to 8 under and to get within 4 of that lead held by Yo Hyun-jo, who's out there all on her own on 12 under par. Now, Lee Shu-ying, back down the fairway on 9, left off the tee.
Out of the thick rough, putting herself back in play, just rolled through the fairway into the second cut there.
So Lee will play this as a conventional 3-shot hole, 1 under today. But here is, for the first look, at Yo Hyun-jo, just 21 years old, second year on tour. Gonna go for this. She's in the top 10 in driving distance on tour. Averages 251 off the tee. Has she got the line? What kind of shot is required here?
You could see her discussing the wind direction with her caddy there, trying to figure out exactly how she wants to attack this green. I believe she's going to try to hit a draw around that tree in front of the green there. You can see the flag stick waving right over the cart there. And just a bailout shot to the left-hand side, found herself in the bunker.
Always happy, always smiling. They were sharing a good joke on the first hole. I couldn't quite hear them. Well, I could hear them, but I couldn't understand Korean to understand what they were saying. But she's certainly known as being the funny player on tour.
Yeah, it's great to see her charisma come out and play. Even being in the final pairing, she's still able to smile on that first tee box.
What a talent this player is. The best player in the field in terms of Rolex rankings. Number 14 in the world. Here is Yamashita Miyu. Third shot in now, looking to get close. So good with a wedge in hand.
Oh, and a dead on line with there on that approach shot. She's certainly one of those players that is not eager by any means. She pulls the trigger very fast.
Has that wonderful ability to play with freedom. To play like you don't care, but when it means everything. And it's all the good work that she puts in off the golf course. Going to be away for 5 weeks in total with her caddy, JB. They've been playing on the LPGA. And then from here in Thailand, they'll go back to the LPGA. So there's a lot of time on planes. And now Li Shuying. Only 2 shots back. Good opportunity to get up and down on 9 to collect another birdie and move to 11 under.
Oh, and a beautiful wedge shot in there. Great distance control. It's going to be pin high from the right-hand side there. I believe from the right side of the green is actually an easier birdie attempt than from the left-hand side, even though it is safer to play it up the left-hand side.
Well, to one of your favorites now, Nam. Yubon, this is for birdie at the 12th hole to climb to 10 under.
Did she give it enough pace? Certainly had the right read. Exactly as you mentioned, right, Kate, that Apishaya Yubon talks about putting so much pressure on herself playing in the homeland. Quick switch to number 9.
Well, this is a testing bunker shot even for our leader. The lengthy bunker shot, not easy. You can see it's a full swing for you. About a 40-yard shot.
And just caught it a little bit heavy there.
Not easy. And that's really the hardest shot in golf.
Yeah, certainly that in-between distance, that 40-yard bunker shot, that is one of the shots everybody discussed, talking about how it's the hardest shot in golf.
Wasn't for Bryson DeChambeau, though, last year en route to winning the US Open where he took down Rory McIlroy. How about that for an up and down?
Yeah, that was an incredible fairway bunker shot he hit there, especially under those kind of conditions that he was in.
And you've caddied for Bryson DeChambeau, Nam?
Yeah, back in Augusta National days, he came out and played for some of his practice rounds out there. He was a pleasure to caddy for.
Pretty long off the tee.
Yes, certainly.
I think he might have got home on the 9th in 2.
I swear he must have carried like 7 drivers out there, testing them all out, 46 inches, 48 inches, 44 inches.
But of course, Tiger Woods played here at Blue Canyon in the late 90s. And when we get round to the Canyon hole, which is the par 4 13th, drove that hole 331 yards straight over the canyon. So this is a golf course that has a lot of history to it. It really put Phuket golf on the map when it was first designed back in the early 90s.
Yeah, especially when Tiger came back and drove that green on 13 during the Johnny Walker Classic. It certainly put this golf course on the map. But it continues to be one of the venues that we have so many tournaments, especially this beautiful event here this week.
Well, it's 4 birdie for Yu Hyun Jo, but it's a lengthy putt.
Ooh, and just about dropped the bomb there from the front of the green. All right, as she taps that in, she's still the outright leader by 2 strokes.
Chinese player Li Shuying, 21 years old. Are you surprised there's not more players from China to emerge? You know, Shan Shanfeng became the first player to win a major and also to reach number 1 in the world, and she did that at the Blue Bay LPGA a few years ago, but you wondered if that would inspire more Chinese players. We've got Xiyu Lin that plays, Wei Wei Jiang, Wenbo Liu and Li Shuying moving up the ranks, but it's still China, it's still Korea and Japan and Thailand that have more Asian players who are elite women golfers.
Yeah, certainly, but with this up-and-coming generation, you know the Chinese players are trailing behind, and they certainly want to put their name on the map as well.
Well, Yamashita, one of the best putters in the world right now. And it's worth copying whatever she does on the greens, because more often than not, she will hole out. Enormous ball marker that we can spot from a mile away. We're trying to work out, is it a casino chip? Is it lucky? It certainly worked for her.
Yeah, certainly. I saw her on the putting green. She has a rigorous training method. She has her routine. Her putting stroke is spectacular.
This to get to 10 under and within 2. Oh, we talked it up. We got so excited about her holding it, and she lets us down. That's still a par. No problems there for Mew. So even today, drop shot on the opening hole, then responded with a birdie at 4, but 3 adrift of the lead that's held by Yu.
Yeah, certainly. As our leader group moved to the back 9, you could feel the tension in the air. Certainly, it is some good golf to be played here this afternoon.
Yu Hyun Jo only has 2nd year on tour. A powerful player, one of the longest off the tee, but a rookie on the KLPGA Tour. She's already a major champion. There's a lot to admire about her game. And it's a round that has featured 3 birdies and a couple of bogeys, but it's been a very good start for Yu. 3 under today, 12 under, and they now are all on the back 9. And this is where things get interesting. There's a variety of holes, aren't there, on the back 9, Nam? And they've all got their distinct characteristics.
Yes, certainly. But it is important that they get around this corner on 10, 11, and 12. These are the holes that player tends to drop some shots before those birdieable holes to finish the round. Song Yuna from 155 yards from the right side of the fairway there.
So important to take the drive down the right-hand side on 10. If you do go left, you're stymied by the trees, and certainly given the whole location today, being back left, even more important to get the right line.
Yes, exactly, Kate. Only 5 pace from the left-hand side of the green there today for the pin location, and 19 pace from the front. This is the perfect angle to attack this flag here.
And that's not a bad attempt there. Decent shot in there from Park Bok-yeom. John Sung-hee. (107 yards). An abbreviated follow through. Didn't look great contact, but it's a solid result from John. Well, a former Thai Order of Merit champion, Arpachai Yubon, in the top 100 in the world rankings. This for a birdie at 13 to climb to 10 under. Well, Arpachai certainly has her chances. She's only 3 back, but doesn't look that happy right now. We've got to wonder, though, about that wrist that has been niggling away at her. It is painful. She's going to hold on this weekend, doesn't want to let down her fans, and also has a good chance of going well, going deep. But will have to contain the likes of players in front of her, including Lee Shu-ying, Park Bok-yom, and Yu Hyun-jo. Yu Hyun-jo, still, her lead remains intact, 3 under today, 12 under for the championship, and is playing extremely good golf and looking very cool out there on a hot day here in Phuket. Solid start from Lee Ji-hyun, the third, and if you're wondering why there's a 3 there, that's because there are already 2 other players called Lee Ji-hyun, and we've got a Min Sum Kim 7 competing this week. I don't know if the other 6 are. I don't believe they are. They may be back in Korea. Some of them have stepped away from the game, but it's a uniquely Korean thing to have a number of players all sharing the same name. What I do know is there's only one Nam Padang, and what a pleasure it is to have you here this week, Nam.
Yes, certainly. Thank you so much, Kate. It's been a wonderful weekend here, or week here with you, and can't wait to see some more golf here in the back 9.
We return to the action on the 10th hole, and Song Una has overshot the green at 10. That light fluffy grass needs good contact but won't get a lot of spin, and that's going to release unless it hits the hole. To the beautiful 14th, the par 3. Pin all the way back. It's not long, 143 yards. That breeze, you can see the flag, it's coming from the player's right. Oh, that's a fantastic shot from Arpachai. Playing with Choi Min-kyung and Hong Ji-won, one of our playing partners already in close. Oh, that would have looked awesome from the players' tee box. So much to like about that hole. That's where the leaders will navigate their way around to shortly. But why don't we return now to the putting action at 10 and to Jeong Sung-hee.
Just a little bit short there for her birdie attempt. Yesterday, she made a beautiful birdie here on number 10.
Park, great shot in on 10. These greens are getting firmer. They're getting a bit more speedy than inching towards 11 on the stimp, and this would be very handy to get to 11 under and within 1. Oh, settle down.
Ooh, just as you mentioned, the greens are fastening up. She rolls it by quite a bit. Got a little bit of homework for her par save there. Yes, as the players approach the weekend or are entering into the weekend and into the back 9 for our moving day, you could feel the tension. The players are definitely not moving up the leaderboard quite as easily.
Song to remain at 8 under. Went through the green and 2. Chipped up to this point. Settle down. It is not an easy pin on 10. Park. This for a 2-putt to remain 2 back.
All right, and she's in for a par there. Remains bogey free today. Yeah, those par saves, you do not want to miss them. They're certainly a bit of a momentum killer. She continues her round with no bogeys, 2 under par for the day. Song Yuna. And she will drop 1 shot there on hole number 10. Back down to 7 under par. And Jongsing Hee, she's in for a par as well on number 10 there.
A great tee shot in on 14 for Arpachaya Yubon. This for a birdie, and it'll be a very handy 2 to climb to 10 under.
Oh, and you could sense her frustration. She continues to put herself in great position for those birdie attempts, but the putts are just not quite dropping here for her in the back 9.
We return to the 10th. And this our final group. And there is the leader, Yu Hyun Jo. Good drive down the right-hand side, Nam. You've got to be down the right-hand side to attack this left pin.
Yeah, certainly a beautiful drive for her. Yeah, so much of what this course is about is strategically placing the ball around the fairway so that you can attack flag sticks at different pin location, especially for today here on pin location on number 10. This is a tough one here. The ball slightly below her feet.
That's good control. And got that to sit down. You can hear how firm the greens are becoming. generates a lot of power from someone so small.
Yeah, certainly it's become so much of a power game nowadays. Here's Yamashita. Seems like she's just blocked off by that left tree there just a little bit. 117 yards here. She's going to have to curl something around. Oh, and a beautiful shot there for her as well. Certainly got lots of shots up in her sleeves there.
A very rhythmical swing. It's taught by her dad, but her dad is not a professional. He's not actually even that good at golf, but she sends videos back each night to her father, who is kind of responsible for the swing. And what he's done is been brilliant to shoot up the rankings so quickly to number 14, being a rookie first year on the LPGA Tour. How about that? It's a unique swing there from Li Shu Ying.
Yeah, certainly. Lots of different movements in golf swings, and you see so many different unique moves, especially out here on the KLPGA.
And the unique ice bags as well. It takes some skill for that not to fall off. There's a good posture going on there.
A lot of balancing skills there, Kate. I'm sure a lot of these Korean players, they don't have to bring the ice bags out until they arrive here in Thailand.
Yeah, it's cold back home for them. No wonder there's no tournaments as yet on the KLPGA Tour. Those golf courses still getting ready. The grass is growing. For some of them in the north, they would still be covered with snow. Hence the move down to Phuket, and what a great win it is for Phuket and Thailand to host the best players from Asia. Still no change at the top. Yoo Hyun Jo looking solid. Continues her good form. Is 3 under today. 2 shots separates her from the chasing pack, and Pa Bok Yeon and Li Shu Ying, the nearest contenders, on 10 under par. But Yamashita Miyu in close on the 10th hole and is deadly with the putter. So you can expect her more often than not to hole out when on the green. And she continues to put herself in a good position on a golf course to let those birdies flow. Here is Yamashita.
Wow, that green speed is certainly picking up. There's only been a handful of birdies here on number 10. This would be a beautiful birdie for Yo Hoong-ju to extend her lead to 3 shots. Most certainly taking her time to pick that start line there. Wants this birdie, but she has to be careful with that pace. Oh, and such a good effort there for her. The only thing missing was just the ball did not find the bottom of the cup there. All right, and our leader taps it on in there to remain at 12 under par.
Well, Li Shuying has this opportunity, this now, to move up the leaderboard and to get within one at 10 under par. She went out in 35. There were a couple of birdies, dropped shot on the first hole, but an excellent approach in from the Chinese woman, leaving the flagstick in. This is going to be quick. It's looking good, but it stays out to the right. It's an interesting grip that she's got there now.
Yeah, certainly the cross-handed grip. You see lots of players switching to that grip. I know the great Jack Nicklaus told us that if he could start it all over again, he would have started off with the cross-handed grip.
Now, why is that?
I believe he told us, or he said it once in an interview, that it helps with the face control a lot.
Yeah.
But I would also say, Jack, with your playing ability and your history, I'm not sure if I would change that putting stroke by any means either.
I wouldn't change this putting stroke either, because it's worked brilliantly for Miyu Yamashita, twice the Japanese Player of the Year, twice she has won the money list. Conventional grip, only 4'11". And that confidently goes in. No problems there, even when tested. But a lot of players, certainly in the women's game on the LPGA, Inbee Park, Lydia Ko, use that left hand low as they find it helps their shoulders to be square at address.
Yes.
And takes the hands out of it as well if you get a bit nervy with your putts.
Yeah, certainly. And Gino Atiya Titikun also do the same thing with her putting grip as well.
So there's many different ways to play the game. There's many different swings. Swings are like a fingerprint. Everyone is different. But Song Yuna, one of the power players now from the KLPGA, this is her third to the par 5 11th.
Oh, and that's just going to be a little bit long. Needed to settle. Just going to find herself in that back bunker there. Must have had a little bit of an errant tee shot there.
And that's easy to do, isn't it? It's one of the more demanding tee shots on the back nine. Well, this is the fourth shot now for Jeong Sun Hee. Trouble off the tee. So needs that putt for a par, and that's from off the green. It's a good driving hole. You've got to keep it down the right-hand side, Nam.
Yeah, certainly it's imperative.
Park Bok-yeom also in the sand.
Making sure she's choking down on that club to ensure a clean strike out of this fairway bunker here. She's got a pretty good lie here, though. And seems like she just caught that one heavy as well. Yes, a completely different course today with all that wind this afternoon. There's Li Shuying with her tee shot there on number 11. And that's exactly where she wants to be, up the right-hand side of the fairway.
Well, this hole, if you're a longer player, that water comes into play, Nam.
Yeah, it's 272 yards to the water hazard. even Yamashita is electing a 3-wood here.
Yeah, and that's interesting because this is a player who is ranked 140th on tour on the LPGA in driving distance. It's going to be interesting now that she's got her tour card to play on the LPGA as to how much she is going to chase distance. Yeah, she's had so much talent. She's had so much success already on the Japan tour where she's won 13 times. But will she be influenced by those longer players now she's playing on a global tour to try and find that distance? Because sometimes it doesn't help your game.
Yeah, certainly, especially playing in the States. The courses definitely play a little bit longer. The air is a little bit heavier out there. Ball's not flying quite as far. Park now with her 4th shot after that errant fairway bunker shot. Hit it just a little heavy. Needs this up and down. Oh, and plays
Up and
that
in.
perfectly.
How about that from Park Bok-yeom?
Lots of ways to make birdies out here. And of course, all around celebration for Park.
A 2-time winner on tour. Won last year, had another runner-up finish. So knows how to get the job done, and that is going to help the complexion of the scorecard. That's fantastic. And from long range as well, because that was the pin is 35 paces on that green. Certainly worth another look. Tossing it up most of the way. Boom, in it goes for Park Bok-yeom. It's also for a birdie now, for a playing partner. Song Una, not on. Oh, nearly thought about it now.
Could you imagine 2 hole outs off the green there for this pairing?
Now Jeong having a look at how this is going to break. Looks like she's got a wedge. They're smooth though, the surrounds. A few players have been thinking about putter from off the green. Good idea with the wedge here.
Yeah, certainly in Thailand you do deal with a lot of grain around the green, so sometimes putting off the fringe is gonna not be as smooth as chipping it.
That's a nice shot. The grass is thicker, isn't it? And so it's a lot stickier as well, the grass in Thailand.
Certainly the blade of the grass is a little bit wider. It grabs the wedges a little bit more. And it certainly doesn't make the first revolution of the putt kind of rolls out as smooth. So a lot of players will elect to chip off from the side of the green to kind of get a little bit more spin control. And job well done there for her.
Now, your thoughts, Nam, on aim point. Is it helping or hindering the game?
I would say it helps with green reading, but it certainly is slowing the game up a little bit.
It was supposed to speed the game up.
Yes.
And so that's what these players are doing. If you do see them stepping around the green, they're feeling the slope with their feet, and that will help them read the putt as to how it breaks.
All right, Song for her par save now. Dropped a shot on 10. Doesn't want to drop another shot here on 11. Oh, and it's low and long. That's not a good miss for her.
When does aim point help the most? What length of putt?
Technically, you should be making those read at the first third and the last third of the putt, especially when the ball is starting to decelerate. That is when the slope really takes a hold of the ball the most. This one should be moving away from her just a little bit, little left to right putt. Oh. That just was not a confident stroke from her.
And that is an ugly 7 on a par 5. And that will cost money come day's end. Slipping back now to 5 under. And that's outside the top 15.
Yeah, very disappointing for such a long hitter like that for her to make a mistake on that par 5 there.
Well, the beautiful clubhouse in the far distance will welcome players and the caddies after a long day out on the golf course. It's a stunning view. It's a great place to go and enjoy a drink after your round with wonderful vistas out over the golf course. Good pro shop as well. Popped in there this morning. Haven't bought anything yet.
Are you eyeing out any merch?
Oh yeah, you've always got to. You've got to get some Blue Canyon merch. That's for sure. Okay. Li Shu Ying. Third shot now into 11.
$126 yards to the flag here now for Li Shu Ying. You see lots of players throwing grass in the wind there to try to gauge the wind speed. Out of the second cut here. And did she catch it cleanly out of there? It needs to spit. Here's our lone leader, Yo Hoon Jo. $117 yards. That flag stick is only 4 pace from the right side of the green.
It's solid, not threatening the hole, but it creates another opportunity for you. Well, Yamashita has the ball well above her feet, and this is going to promote a right to left shot. It's only just under 100 yards, 97 to be precise to that back pin, but not going to get much spin. This needs to settle down.
Wow, what a beautiful shot out of that second cut there.
And managing to get some good control on it too, Nam.
Yeah, you could see that abbreviated follow through. She's trying to control the spin, control the pace out of there, and that was a fantastic job by her.
We're going to jump ahead now to the 15th hole and join the world number 91, Arpachaya Yubon. Third shot into the par 5, second par 5 on the back 9, currently 8 under.
Oh, and just such a beautiful tempo there for her approach shot. Setting herself up for another birdie opportunity there. If she makes that one, she will move up to 9 under par. Only 3 shots within the leader.
Well, that approach was filmed a few moments ago. So big opportunity here. Great control with the third in for Arpachaya. Was not a good stroke. Tentative. Trying to find the birdies on the back 9 that have dried up. 2 presented themselves on the front 9 for Arpachaya. Well, this view, you can never tire of it. Absolutely stunning. There is the short par 4 dogleg right canyon hole. And then you play down to the lovely short par 3 from an elevated tee. No change at the top of the leaderboard. It is still the 21-year-old rookie on the KLPGA Tour. She's funny, she's popular. Yo Hyun-jo enjoys a 2-shot lead as we have hit the back 9 here at the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.
Alright, and let's continue back in action here on hole number 11. Right back to our leader, Yo Hung-ju.
Electing not to tap that in. Going with a putter from off the green now for Lee. Good opportunity here for a birdie. If it stays straight, not quite holding up. Well, has been playing most of her golf in Korea on the Dream Tour. Came back at the tail end of last year to come to play in China. She won the Tour Championship on the China LPGA in 2024, but also won on the Dream Tour as well. So dances between China and Korea, with a Chinese mum, a Korean dad. Her form is really picking up. She's outside the top 200 in the world, but you feel that's not going to be for long. Solid performance last week in Blue Bay. Another good showing here. She's on the front page of the leaderboard. And so is this player. As Yamashita Miyu doesn't really play bad golf. 6 wins. She had 5 wins in 22 and 5 wins in 23 on the Japan Tour to wrap up the money list and the points. Now on the LPGA Tour, but great to see her in Thailand. And this now for a birdie for Yamashita to get to 10 under.
Oh man, and that just wiggled a little bit to the left there. Alright, even par for the day, has not been able to find the birdies that she found on the first day.
Now you tidying up on 12. No problems for you. Glove on. And still using aim point, even though she's finished the hole now. Now that's dedication right there.
Yeah, certainly. She wanted just to make sure she had the right read after she made the putt.
Well, full of chat, you. Looks like a fun person to play golf with. Good personality. And no wonder she's having fun, because she's leading the season opener on the Korean Tour by 1 shot. But Park Bok-yeon, after that excellent approach where she holed out off the green at 11 to jump up to 11 under par, is only 1 back. So it's all to play for here in the 3rd round of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Well, an interesting approach now. This for Park Bok-yeon. Pulled it left with her second shot into 12.
Oh, and a nifty little chip shot there from her. Certainly got the distance and the finesse around the green. Such a lethal combination for the young lady. All right, and a great up and down for Park to stay 1 back. Jong Sing-hee electing the putter as well from just off the fringe there.
We're not threatening the hole, and that's another lab putter.
Yeah, certainly those anti-face rotation putters.
That's huge, isn't it? Look at that, what a distinct shape, center shafted. And it has a lot of players and a lot of coaching and instructors believe that if you are left eye dominant, then a center shafted putter works well if you're right-handed. And for those of you joining us who are watching at home, you can find out which eye is dominant by holding up, using your hands to hold up a circle out in front of you and find an object in the distance. Look at that object through the circle with both eyes open. Then close one eye. If it's still there, that's your dominant eye. If it's not, that's not your dominant eye. But your dominant eye is certainly important in golf.
Yeah, certainly. It obviously, that is the eye you tend to see your start line the most, and that's how you aim your putter face the best. Yuna. Seems like something was bothering her wrist there.
Side door for Song, but a 4 it is. But it's been a costly start to the back 9. 3 drop shots in the first 2 holes. It's a wonderful hole, the 12th. It's certainly tricky off the tee because anything slightly left can bounce. It's kind of an upturned fairway, isn't it? And
Yes.
can kick left, it can kick right, and it can be easy to run out of fairway too.
Yeah, certainly. And more importantly than anything, it is a blind tee shot. You do not see where the ball is landing here. Here's Lee Shi-young. And exactly as Kate was mentioning, that ball rolls out and feeds everything down the right-hand side of the fairway there. You want to go up the left-hand side of the fairway, but obviously it takes in the risk of the left-hand side as well.
Just a fairway word for you.
Oh, and it seems like she's missed it down the right-hand side there. Just hang on. That's going to be a difficult shot into the green there. Yamashita Miyu. This young lady certainly know how to find fairways, don't you, Kate?
Yeah, super accurate off the tee, not long at all. But it's a short game. It's a deadly short game. And it's the ability to stitch together 4 good scores. And that's what these pros do so beautifully, is their consistency to turn a bad day into a good one and to weather the storm. Because if you're playing professional golf, you're playing 25 events a year. That's a lot of competitive golf to be exposed to. And what Yamashita does so well is that she continually delivers on the golf course. She can find a good round even when the form isn't great. Well, this recorded earlier from Yu Hyun-jo. Nestled down a little bit. Just heavy, that grass.
Yeah, certainly. Ball well below her feet here. Not sure if she's going to catch a bit of a flyer lie. Only 135 yards into this flagstick here. Oh, and she stayed low through there. Made sure she got a good contact on it. And she's found the dance floor here on number 12.
.116 yards now for Miyu. Looks like a 9-iron. Just 4 foot 11 inches tall. An abbreviated follow through, trying to get some height, land it gently next to the hole, and she does that.
Beautiful shot there.
Lots of woods in the bag. You can see there, JB, the caddy, driver 3-5, a 4 and 5 utility as well, with a 6-iron being the lowest iron in the golf bag.
Yes, it's incredible to see lots of players electing to have more fairway woods and hybrids in their bag now. Even on the men's tour, you see Dustin Johnson with a 7-wood out there also. So for golfers out there, put your ego aside and make sure you get some of those fairway medals in your bag. Even these professionals out here are certainly utilizing the technology. Lee Shu-ying, last to approach this green. Pin location only 7 pace from the front and 6 pace from the left. Oh, and she takes dead aim at it, Kate.
Tremendous shot from Lee. Such a good play. Wonder if she's going to look to play on the LPGA Tour. Played a lot of golf in China, plenty on the Korean Tour. But the Korean Tour, it's a self-sustaining tour itself. It's one of the premier tours in the world. 30 events this year, regularly playing for $1 million each time. This week it's 800,000 US, but they have 4 majors. Arpachoya, though, she's played mainly in Thailand and on the LPGA.
Oh, and a beautiful shot with that ball above her feet. She tends to hit the draw anyways. That certainly feeds into her ball flight. Another great birdie opportunity. Let's see if she could capitalize on this one.
Oh, she certainly does this time, Nam. And at last, the putter has behaved. 3 birdies now for Yubon. 9 under par, 3 back.
Yeah, certainly. You could sense that relief from her there. Finally, the putts are dropping. She's been hitting beautiful iron shots into those greens. Park Bok-young, only 1 shot behind. Has elected the driver into this canyon hole. Wonder if she's electing the tiger line.
No problems. The further right you go, the more you have to cut off, but the further you have to fly it. Now, Song Una, one of the longer players on tour, be interesting to see what line she takes. But at the same, oh, hello. Well, I hope she doesn't swing like that. That's not going to be useful for Jong Sung-hee. But obviously just exaggerating the movement as to a swing thought that she wants to incorporate into this. Driving those hips through, Nam.
Yeah, certainly those exaggerated pre-shot routine gives her a feel of what she's trying to do with those hip and leg movement, trying to use that ground force the right way. Here comes the long hitter, Yuna. We'll have to see what line she elects here, how much she decides to bite this, cut off this fairway here.
But not going with the driver. So playing this the conservative way, bunting it down the left-hand side. It's going to leave a full wedge in. It's quite a unique swing. Tell us about it.
Yeah, certainly. You could see how much she uses that vertical ground force very well. You could see that lead leg of her extending through impact very good. Her right shoulder gets through the ball fantastically, and she doesn't allow for too much club face rotation through impact. So certainly it is a lot of power with a lot of accuracy as well. Back to number 12 with our lone leader here.
To get to 13 under par, there's a birdie attempt for you. Go in. That was a good roll. It looked like an excellent line. How did that remain above ground? Now there's JB, who's caddied for Miyu Yamashita since the beginning. They worked together at Q Series on the LPGA Tour. There he is. He has caddied, like last year, caddied for 20 different players. But in his time, he has caddied for over 20 years, mainly on the Japan Tour. So for the likes of Hinako Shibuno, Sakura Yokimine, Moni Inami, and lives in Japan, has a Japanese wife. So speaks Japanese, and that's what is helping Yamashita right now as she looks to play full-time on the LPGA Tour. To get to 10 under now. And that was straight left. That was a poor read from Yamashita.
Just have not been able to get anything off quite yet today for Yamashita. Li Shuying now for her birdie attempt after that beautiful approach shot from the right-hand side of the fairway. And she's got the pin in. Just a little downhill slider here. Should just be a subtle break there.
Oh.
And just one revolution shy from finding the bottom of that cup there.
And that was right on line as well for Li Shuying. And an opportunity missed. Remember, only 2 off the pace. Trying to find a birdie on the back 9 to kickstart that 9. But still, it's been an impressive display from the Chinese player, in form and keeping cool in this heat.
Yamashita now, just a little bit of cleanup here to do. All right, and a beautiful stroke, straight back, straight through there.
Well, you feel that she's the big threat out of the chasers. I know she's only even par today. She's 3 off the pace, but she hasn't holed a putt this round. And that's when her game really comes alive. But Yu Hyun-jo, 3 under the card, 12 under for the championship. Will she be caught today, or can she continue to maintain the lead? It's currently 1. This is for a par at the 12th.
And no problem for our lone leader there.
So safely negotiated, and on they go to the canyon hole, the par 4. One of the most memorable tee shots in golf, certainly here in Phuket.
Now we're going to switch back to the front 9 here. This is number 9. This will be the finishing hole for a pairing group of number 2 here.
Well, Ko Ju was leading after day 1. It was a fantastic round of 65. But then yesterday, 10 shots worse, a 75 for Ko Ju. Has responded well in the 3rd round, and this would be a great way to finish on 9 and move to 9 under par. Oh,
and just such a near miss there for her. Would have been great to finish on another birdie there, but a round of 68 for her.
back in 33. Out in 35, and a significant improvement on Friday, and still an outside chance on Sunday. We're playing alongside Jo Hai Lim. This also for birdie for Jo.
Oh man, and I'm sure she's not gonna like that result, leaving that last birdie attempt short here.
And so a par for Jo. They started on 10 earlier this morning, and a 68 for Jo. So another solid day on moving day, Saturday here in Phuket at Blue Canyon. Well, 65 has been the lowest score throughout the course of the week. Nam, do you think that can be beaten? Is there a 64?
Yes, certainly the lowest round on our round 1 was 65. 65 was also a low round yesterday also. But let's take a look at this chip shot here for Pishaya Yubon. And did she make it from the outside of the green? Not quite, but certainly a great effort for her. The pride of Thailand. Great opening 9. 3 birdies so far. Clean scorecard. And of course, so many fans out here always waving to the fans.
Well, there's so many good Thai players. I mean, you'd be spoiled for choice. Okay, why don't we go back now and join Park Bok-yom, who had the lead at one point yesterday, faltered down the stretch, had a double bogey and a bogey late on in her round, but is fighting back. Only one off the pace now, behind Yu Hyun-jo, birdie at the 11th. And this now, an opportunity presents itself on 13.
Aiming it well right of the cup here. Oh, and it stays on line there for her. Great putt there for Park Bong-yu. Certainly now she's tied for the lead at 12 under par.
Taking it in her stride, not getting excited yet, that's for sure. Cool, calm and collected, meaning business. But two players now setting the pace on 12 under par. Remember last year, Lee Ye-won won on 9 under, but it was only 54 holes. But this year, the tournament has elevated to 72 holes, an increase in prize money to $800,000 US, and it's the season opener on the Korean Tour. Well, Jeong Sung-hee needs to stay in touch, needs to find some birdies to keep that lead in her sights. 5 back at this point. Young Korean, Song Una. Well, this was a good shot into 13 now.
Yeah, certainly a beautiful approach shot here. A couple of hiccups here on the back 9, trying to find her form back. Nothing like a birdie. Oh, and it's the best medicine in golf. Nothing like a birdie. Certainly gets that momentum back in her sails there for Song Yuna.
Where can you buy that medicine? Do they sell it in the pro shop here? I could do with some of that.
I wish they could sell it in the pro shop, couldn't they?
Let's return to the tee on 13. Flying it over the canyon on this short par 4 dogleg right.
And she's found the fairway there.
Also a pre-shot routine. And now, what's she trying to do there, Nam, with that pre-shot routine? That slight exaggeration.
Yeah, you could see she's a very similar pre-shot routine as Jordan Spieth, where she's trying to get her hand path coming down just a little bit more on top. She's trying to compress that ball a little bit more, trying to get that start line more left. Yeah, and that one will feed right down to the middle of the fairway there. Yeah, often we see lots of players electing to the metalwood here on hole number 13, but not for this young lady from Japan, Yamashita. She will give this one a rip here.
Only flies it about 215 yards. So there's a lot of release on the ball when it does hit the ground, but she won't be cutting off much of the corner here.
And exactly like you say, Kate, lots of rollout on that drive there. The surface out here is certainly getting harder and harder.
So the leaders make their way up the 13th hole, the famous Canyon hole at Blue Canyon. 12 under is the lead. And that is held by these two players, Park Bok-yeom and Yo Hyun Jo. Good scoring from them, 4 under, 3 under. Other good scores, Lee Gae-young making a move on Saturday. She's only 2 back. And then if we go a little bit further down, Ko Ju, Jo Hai Lim also in the clubhouse after rounds of 68 to be very much part of the conversation on Saturday here in Phuket. If you are watching, or however you are watching, whether you're live streaming, whether you're watching it on television here in Thailand or back in South Korea, you can join us on Instagram as well at Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Good photos. And I noticed that on the Korean tour, when they play their tee shots, as they walk off, they all have to pose for a photo with the cameramen and the photographers out there. You don't see that on other tours.
Yeah, certainly they love their players and they certainly hold them up to high standards. Not only are they great performers on the golf course, but they give the attention to details for their fans as well.
Yep, plenty of fan clubs, and you can find out more about the best players from South Korea on soulsisters.com, which is a bit of a blog, and it paints a colourful picture of their personalities. First to play, Yamashita on 13 to the short par 4.
This is where she can inflict the most damage here with her short game, her wedges, her putter. This is her specialty. And there she goes. She's showing us exactly how talented she is. The highest world ranking player here this week with us.
Wonder when it will be that she breaks into the top 10, currently 14.
I wonder if those tree limbs are going to come into play here for this young lady here. Lee Shi-young. And it seems like she did not get the club on the ball properly there. Poor contact for her. Ended up short in that greenside bunker there. Wow, and what a massive tee shot there for Yo Hyun Jo. Only 65 yards left. Perfect angle to attack this flag. Just a soft little 3/4 wedge. Shoved it out to the right a little bit, but a great distance control. All right, let's take a look at this signature hole here. Hole number 14, the beautiful par 3 here. Everybody knows this hole if you come to Blue Canyon. It's not a long par 3, but it has this iconic island green. And of course, the wind certainly come into play big time here. Park Bok-yeom, after that birdie on number 13, shares the lead. And it seems like the wind has settled down quite a bit. This hole is playing at 139 yards with a 9-iron here. Oh, and a beautiful soft little draw shot there. Seems like she's found her form.
Interesting that this hole has been one of the hardest this week, Nam. The 14th. It's an elevated tee, as you can see. It's a fabulous view that we've got from the player's perspective. And that back pin, the flag isn't fluttering as much as it has done. It seemed to be windier on the front nine. It's calmed down a bit on the back.
Yes, as the wind being truly kind of like the ultimate hardest task here on this hole, with it being died down today, players are going to look to attack this flag a little bit more. Jong Sing Hee with a 9-iron here as well. Seems like it's on a pretty good line there.
Solid, no problems at all. We'll be putting for twos. Up goes the umbrella, not because of the rain, just to try and keep the heat down. Well, what a move being made on Saturday by Lee Gae-young. Looking for 5 birdies in a row. That started on 13, 14, 15, 16. Here we are. This now for the 5th birdie. And just as the TV cameras join her, she struggles to bury a putt. But still, while making her presence felt, 4 under for the day.
Yeah, certainly what an incredible charge there for the back nine for her. But it is up for taking here, Kate. You can see birdie hole 13, 14, 15, and 16. This is where the floodgate starts to open up.
Was a poor second from Lee Shu-ying in the bunker here on 13 now.
She's going to have to get this one up quickly and spinning quickly as well. Oh no, and that's not the result she's looking for.
Was not a good lie for Lee. Song, the first to putt at 14.
Another bunker shot here for her. She needs to stop the bleeding. Oh, and a great recovery shot there.
That was excellent resolve from Lee. Will drop a shot, but it looks like it's going to be a tap-in bogey for the Chinese woman. So she'll slip back to 9 under. John also with a look at a 2 on 14.
It's funny how we said that the wind was dying down, but as she was marking that ball, we started to see a lot more wind coming into play as well. Mother Nature has her mind of its own.
And it's interesting that the wind switches direction from morning to afternoon. We're on the island of Phuket in the Andaman Sea. So the course completely changes. Well, from off the green at 13, but it is for a birdie for the co-leader, Yu Hyun-jo, who's left that short. Still searching for the first birdie on the back nine for the 21-year-old major champion, already on her home tour in Korea.
Incredible how you see players nowadays peak at such a young age. So many great development tours in Korea, as Kate mentioned. Some in Japan as well, and here it's starting to happen here in Thailand also. The Thai LPGA players are certainly continuing to develop and improve their game. It's great to see Asian golf continue to grow.
A solid approach into 14 from Par Bok-yeon. There's been 2 pars already on 14, but Park in with the best shout right now.
To be the outright leader here. Oh, and it seems like she was a little bit tentative on that putt as well.
Well, it's a solid scorecard nonetheless. No drop shots, 4 birdies and a share of the lead.
Quick switch to Yamashita after that beautiful approach shot there on hole number 13. She's got a short little birdie putt here.
Oh, and it's another putt miss left for Yamashita. And this is poor putting from a player with her short game capabilities. You could see looking a bit dejected, a bit frustrated, because she knows just how good she is with that flat stick in hand. No drop shots, it's a string of pars, it's still solid play, but she is still 3 back, and for a player, once she gets that hot hand with the putter, she's hard to beat.
So many different putting grips out here on tour now. That's a left hand low, but a claw grip on the left hand. That's the first time I've seen that here on KLPGA.
And why is that useful, Nam?
When you switch to a claw grip, it takes away 2 dimension. It doesn't allow the putter toe to go up or down nearly as much. So it has less of an angular twist on the putter face.
Worth trying at home. For a 3 now. And that's a quick 3 putt right there for Song Eun-ah.
But she's not done yet, Kate. Seems like she still has a little bit of homework there.
A 3 putt, and that is costly. Look at the back 9. It was a wretched start for Song. Bogey, double bogey. There was a birdie in there, but bookend bogeys once more. John will march to the par 5, the 15th. It's a double dogleg, the 15th. It's like an S in shape. But the leaders now on 14, the final group. And here is Yu Hyun-jo, who has that lead alongside Park Bok-yeon, 12 under.
Again, 9-iron here for her as well, 139 yards. dead aim at it.
Oh, that was brave. All over it. Got the distance just right. Dialed in with that.
And that's an 8-iron there for Yamashita.
Also good. Perfect for distance.
Yeah, two completely different playing styles from those two players, isn't it? Young, Yo Hoon-jo, completely just such a great ball striker, long off the tee. Yamashita, lethal with her short game. And of course, this young lady from China, Li Shu-ying.
One club less than Yamashita, a 9-iron. Such a fabulous hole, this.
Oh, it seems like it's a little bit to the right there. Oh.
Safe. Not threatening the hole, her playing partners are.
It's just one of those nerve-wracking holes, isn't it,
Yeah,
Kate? When
yeah.
the ball's in the air, you just don't know when it's going to drop. And as soon as it finds safe landing, you feel a sense of relief.
Not quite like the 17th at the Players, with that taking place this week on the PGA Tour at Sawgrass in Florida.
For birdie now, Pisaya Yubon on number 18.
Ouch.
Yeah.
No, would
Those
have
missed-
expected to make that.
Yeah, those missed birdies on that final hole certainly going to leave a bad taste in her mouth there. But she's in for a par there on 18 with another 3 under par round today. Total of 9 under par through 3 rounds.
And still very much keeping her chances alive going into the final Sunday. Would have felt she left a couple of shots out on the golf course, certainly on the back 9. The 16th being the only highlight, a birdie 3 there. But a player with a huge amount of talent, just got to keep that wrist calm for tomorrow. Will then take a month off for that to recuperate. It's coming with a wrist injury this week for Upchai Yubon. To the leader on 15. Last par 5.
And a smashing drive from our leader there. This is one of those holes she can take big advantage on.
Low hands for John.
And just tugged it off the left-hand side there. Song Yuna, I'm sure she's trying to get a little bit of revenge back here after a couple of those drop shots here on the back 9. This is a par 5 she can take advantage of with all that distance. Oh, and seems like she took a shortcut there, Kate.
That is chased down.
Just flew over everything there.
So tell me now, does it get hotter than this? We're at about 33 degrees Celsius. It feels baking hot, but is it even hotter in July and August?
Kate, you would not believe it. Last year during July, it got all up to 39 degrees.
Owie. Okay, those are tough conditions. Oh, it's only 33 today, positively chilly. That is not. This would be hot if it went in, though, because it would be for a birdie for Lee to climb to 10 under. Feeling the slope once again, as we see so often on the Korean Tour. Yoo Hyun-jo. It was a brave tee shot in. It's hard to convince yourself sometimes, Nam, to hit it all the way to the back because, you know, water surrounding 3/4 of this hole.
Yeah, absolutely. The safest place to be is that right side of the green. It certainly is the fatter side of the green there. But if you do want a birdie opportunity close like this one, you do have to go for it. All right, a birdie attempt now to be the outright leader again for Yoo Hyun-jo.
Well, even after feeling the slope from nearly every angle, weighing up her options, it's in for a 3. No birdies on the back 9. Still maintains that lead on 12 under alongside Pa Bok-yeom. But Yamashita, the last birdie for Yamashita, that came at the 4th hole. It's been a run of pars from there. Can she get to 10 under and make a 2 on 14? This group cannot find a putt. Well, we're going to jump now to the 18th hole. And we're going to join Lee playing her second all the way to the back pin, and that's one of the best that we'll see. Excellent shot to a back hole location on 18. Lee Gae-yong having a wonderful day, currently in 3rd place after those 4 birdies on the bounce on the back 9.
All right, and a par there for Yamashita. A bit of a disappointing par there after that beautiful tee shot of hers. Still has not been able to find birdie here on the back 9.
There's the claw grip that we have seen from Lee Shu-ying. It's interesting, how long has it been around?
Well, we've seen so much of the claw grip in the trail hand. Players like Adam Scott has tried it. Players like Dustin Johnson has tried it.
Justin Rose?
Yeah, Justin Rose, certainly. Oh, and here's the young lady who's knocked up the leaderboard. 4 birdies on that back 9. Another birdie here on 18. To be within 1 of the leader.
Oh. Well, that was a big opportunity missed there for Lee Gae-yong, but if we have a look at the scorecard, There is a lot to like about that. Certainly that run on the back nine. 6 birdies today for Lee Gae-young. A round of 68 to add to the 2 opening rounds of 69. So 3 rounds in the 60s. And her chances are looking very good with just 18 holes remaining.
Here with our co-leader now, Park Bong-yoon. Only 74 yards here to the flagstick. Out of the second cut. Again, nice high follow through, trying to get it lofted up in the air to that back pin location, and she did just that. Beautiful shot there for Park.
Well, it's a good par 5 this, the 15th. There's a lot of character to this golf course, isn't there, Nam? I know you've played it a few times. You've come here on many occasions. It's one of the more established golf courses here in Phuket.
Yeah, certainly. I would say definitely the most memorable holes are 13 and 14 on this golf course, but there's so many good holes out here. Like this par 5, lots of snaky dog legs left and right, tight fairways, rolling greens.
Well, whose name will be etched into the trophy come Sunday afternoon? Lee Ye-won won the inaugural championship last year, 9 under par, but that was only through 54 holes. It has been extended now. The tournament has been elevated to a 72-hole championship with a cut. That came today at 1 under par. So the top 60 players came through. But Park Bok-yom and Yo Hyun-jo, currently on 12 under par, share the lead at the 3rd round of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. It's been a frustrating back nine for this player, but it is an eagle opportunity now for Song Eun-ah, who is trying to change her round around. Oh, but gotta hit it on 15. 2 big hits, though, to get home in 2.
That was her 2nd eagle attempt already for this round. Back to the tee here on 15 with our co-leader. Wow, also a lot of driving distance there. Drove it right through the fairway.
We're going to join the putting action now with Jong Sung-hee. This now on a 15. And it's good.
Wow.
It's very good.
Those screens are certainly getting lightning fast out there. She seems like she barely breathed on that putt there.
But 8 under par. It will be a 3-shot hole for Yamashita Miyu. Flies at 215, it will run out to maybe 230.
Missed the fairway, but seems like the ball is sitting up pretty good here for her.
앞바람에 살짝
Lee Shi-young getting ready to attempt her last par 5 of the day. Just incredible how fast those hips are moving through that impact, but she missed it up the left-hand side.
Park Bok-yeom, one of the co-leaders on 12 under. To break free and enjoy the lead all by herself. No better opportunity than this one now. At the 15th, the par 5. Fantastic, liked it, was walking after it early, and we have reached 13 under for the first time in Phuket in this championship. 3 under back 9, no drop shots there, Nam. It is one solid round from Park.
Yeah, certainly a completely different storyline from her yesterday. No hiccups coming in today. Certainly keeping her cool and keeping her composure. Song Yuna now. This will be a 2-putt birdie for her if she can hold this. Oh, and the flat stick continues to fail her, this back 9 here.
Oh, that is costly. On the green in 2. One of the very few players that has the firepower to get home on 15, but a 3-putt. And it's a par for Song Una. And the clubhouse can't come soon enough for Song. It has been a frustrating back 9. There is the clubhouse in the distance. There's still a good walk up the 18th to get to it. It's a job well done. And it's a test of your fitness as well, this golf course. Certainly for the caddies. I think when they arrive in the morning and they see those enormous bags, they go, do we really need the waterproofs? Surely we can drop the umbrella at least. But no brollies required today, only to keep you cool under the under the fabulous sunshine. But we have a leader to emerge all by herself in sole possession of that lead. It's Park Bok-yeom, 5 under today, and the leader by 1. We're only a 10-minute drive from Phuket Airport. It's a very convenient place to come and play. Blue Canyon Golf Club, this is the venue. The Canyon course is the course. And Park Bok-yom, our leader, is on the 16th hole.
Oh, and she's just been an absolute ball-striking machine here today.
They're in the penultimate group, playing alongside Jeon Sun-ki. Well, it's been an irritating day for the third player in this group in match number 19. They teed off at 11:15 this morning, but for Song Eun-ah, who rallied early in the championship with rounds of 67 and 69, well, has come back down to earth on this Saturday. There's been some bogeys, double bogey, and even using her firepower to get home in 2 on 15, it still yielded a 3-putt now. Back down the fairway, here we are on 15. And let's join Yu Hyun-jo.
.111 yards here. And she found the middle of the green there. Seems like she's just plodding away with the golf course, hitting those fat side of the greens, just waiting for that putter to come into play for her.
Well, it's a good layup for Yamashita. And what Yamashita will have done is lay up to a distance that she feels comfortable with. It's 94 yards. It's probably a full wedge. 58 degree. She has in the bag. Oh, what accuracy.
She only needs a couple of birdies here to finish her round, just to get in the mix there. She hasn't had a bad round by any means, just have not been able to roll them in quite like she did on day number 1.
No, it's been a funny old day for Yamashita and also for Lee Shu-ying. Both of those players are on the front page of the leaderboard, but the only players that are at even par. The other players have all collected birdies. Now here is Lee Shu-ying. Going to have to aim slightly right with this, with the ball being above her feet, grip down.
Only 71 yards, and she tugged it to the left-hand side of the green there. That's actually going to be a pretty difficult up and down there from the backside of the green. Not a lot of landing area to work with. Back on 16 fairway now with Jeong.
Oh, that's brilliant from Jeon. Great distance control, landing it short of the pin. Well, a good drive from Park Bok-yom.
Only 81 yards to the flagstick here. I believe she's only going to have a little bit of a knockdown wedge shot in here. Not much landing area. She hoisted it up again. Gonna have another good look at birdie there on number 16 to extend her lead. And of course, for our longest hitter in this pairing, Yuna.
Big, powerful player. It was close to landing in that sandy divot, but it's going to be okay, and she's going to get some spin with that as well. That's a classy shot there from Song. Still managing a smile, even the caddy giving us a wave. Well, it was a poor wedge from Lee. Tugged it left. It was an awkward lie. But electing to go with the putter here now.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to nestle this one up the hill a little bit. But she's going to have to find that distance control there. Watch this thing go. Oh, and so much rollout there. But a great effort from her. So hard to see the undulation from the TV point of view. Sometimes TV just doesn't do the justice with the undulations here at Blue Canyon.
It flattens everything out. Yeah, it makes the course look an awful lot easier than it is, and it's certainly not. Well, the last birdie for Yu Hyun-jo came at the 7th. It was back-to-back birdies, in fact, on 6 and 7. It's been a string of pars ever since. But pops this in, and she will join her compatriot Park Bok-yeom on 13 under. In all the way. That was beautiful.
Certainly a very confident stroke there.
Yeah. So once again, Park has company. Yu moves up to 13 under. And all of a sudden, Yamashita, who had a share of the lead at the beginning day on 9 under, hasn't moved from that position. Has had plenty of birdie opportunities. Knocked it in close on several occasions. Can she bury this putt on 15?
There she goes. She did not let this one go to waste by any means. Lots of beautiful approach shots already. But the first birdie there on that back 9, we'll see if that unlocks some of that putting skills that she usually is accustomed to seeing from her.
Giving this par putt her full attention. Lee Shuying.
And a great up and down. Bit of a quiet day for her today. 2 bogeys and only 1 birdie. Down to the final stretch now.
We're going to go ahead now to 16. And there are birdie looks for all 3 of these players. The first one for Park, the co-leader on 13 under.
Let's see if Park has an answer for Yo Hoon-jo earlier. To separate herself.
Now that was a poor read.
Yeah, seems like a misread the whole way there.
A wide in cricket, that would be called. It's a par for Park. And it's still an impressive looking scorecard, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly.
You feel she's left a couple of shots out there. The best shot in of the three players with a bit of spin as well. Song. And that's more like it from Song. What a talent she is. Still looking for the first win on tour, but a two-time winner last year on the Dream Tour. So a rookie. And experience is everything, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. It's incredible to see how many different development tours there is in Korea. No wonder they have such amazing talent coming out of that country.
Well, the lap putter is in the golf bag here for Jung Sung Hee. Can it deliver on 16?
Oh, it seems like she tugged that right off the face. That will be a disappointing par for her after that beautiful approach shot there on number 16.
The final three holes await the final group. Here is the co-leader, Yu. And down the right side, that has gone considerably right. It's going to be tricky with that front hole location coming out of the rough.
Yeah, certainly might have been the first errant tee shot we've seen from her today. She's had such a beautiful day of driving the golf ball. That was not... Yamashita just off that hot birdie on number 15. Let's see if she could continue that momentum here. And there she is. You just don't want her to get into that steady Eddie game where she starts to hit fairways, greens, and hole every putt.
Certainly creating the chances. Well, Philippe teeing it up down the right-hand side, on the right-hand side of this tee box now.
Certainly setting up for her power fade here. But she likes it. Great drive down the middle of the fairway there. Only 3 more holes to go now for our final group.
Now, Bay had a wonderful day yesterday on the golf course, a 66 to accompany the 71. So it's still relevant to this championship and just 79 yards in for Bay So-hyun. Oh, hello. 2 under the card today for Bay. 9 under for the championship. A birdie would be very useful on 18 to close in on the lead at 13 under.
You having a discussion with her caddy there.
Yeah, talk us through this shot now.
She is in the second cut here, and of course, as you saw, the pin location does not have much landing space. From 120 yards, she's gonna have to use her power to create any kind of spin out of here. Ball slightly above her feet, should be moving left. And that release is perfect there.
Oh, what skills. Yeah, definitely deserving of a high five. High five and a fist pump that was combined into one.
It was almost like she played a perfect bump and run from that position.
Once again, from the center of the fairway, Yamashita.
And 11 yards here. Oh, and there she goes again. There she goes again. This is exactly what we're talking about. Do not let this young lady catch fire. She can inflict damage with those short game, those wedge. And there she is, JD immediately handing that putter over to her. Like a lethal weapon there, isn't it?
That's a magic wand for Yamashita. It's still warming up today, but a green hitting machine certainly is.
Only 83 yards for this Chinese player here, Li Shuying. Perfect position, great drive.
Well, certainly an international player. Played so far this year on the LPGA, the TLPGA, that's the Taiwan LPGA. Played in Saudi a month ago on the Ladies European Tour, as well as the China Tour. So, wow, her air miles must be impressive. She's got good status. A lot of travel. And some good control there for Lee. 2 wins coming at the tail end of last season on the CLPGA Tour, the China Tour, where she won the Tour Championship. And then also winning a few weeks before on the KLPGA, on the Dream Tour Grand Final.
And we're going to move ahead to hole number 18 here with Bay. To finish off with a birdie here would be great. This to move up to 10 under par. Oh, and it seemed like it was on line the whole way, just not enough pace.
Well, a frustrating 4 after an excellent approach from Bae So Hyung. But 9 under, 4 back, 18 holes remaining. Kim Woo-jeong looking to finish off her round. Par putt to come now for Kim. And no problems. Well, we're coming now to the closing stages of our coverage for round 3 of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. The top 60 are through to the weekend. It was 1 under was the score you needed in order to play a full 72 holes here on the Canyon course. The lead right now is at 13 under. 2 players on that mark, Park Bok-yong and Yoo Hyun Jo. 2 players from the KLPGA, but could Yamashita Miyu or could Arpachai Yubon from Thailand and Japan respectively spoil the party come Sunday afternoon? It is an international leaderboard, and Yamashita, my goodness me, once again she's hit a wedge in close and has a very good look at a birdie 3 here on 16.
Hill slider from the right to the left. Oh, and just so much pace on that one. That hit the top lip and lipped out very hard.
I think what I like about her putting style is that she doesn't dribble the ball into the hole. She's not leaving putts short.
No, she stroked it with some command there.
Yeah.
You could see how important this putt is for her. She's got her caddy on her knee, on his knees and hands there, trying to pick a line for her to gain the outright lead.
Oh, how about that?
Yes, and a back-to-back birdie, and it couldn't come at a better timing for our lone leader right now. Only 2 holes left in the round number 3.
5 under par for the day. Continues her ascent up the leaderboard. We're at 14 under par for Park Bok-yun. Confidently hold for Yamashita, but you do feel that there are a lot of shots she left out on the golf course. Has been stiffing it with the irons throughout the course of the day. With a hot putter, she would be deadly. She would be hard to beat. Certainly not longest off the tee, one of the shortest players out here, but the game just gets better from the fairway inwards. Cracking shot in from Lee Shu-ying.
All right, and once again, the reverse claw grip proves that it works. And a great birdie there to move up to 10 under par.
Well, the pin has been moved back on the 17th. It's a 3-club hole, this par 3. Yeah, it's an enormous green, but 34 paces on. That's still not at the back. But now, Song Una has tugged it somewhat left, has chipped up to here, so that's going to be a par putt to come for Song. What a good 2 this would be for Jeon Sung-hee. How did that not drop, Nam?
I felt like the ball was nearly in the cup there already. It rolled all the way over the edge with the perfect speed as well. She must have learned something from the earlier chip by
Song.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, that is irritating. Well, Park at 13 under par, has hit an excellent shot into the 17th, a short par 3. But it has released all the way to the back of the green. So it's a 2. It's going to be speedy.
Not quite enough pace for a birdie there, but a great lag, and she's in for a par there.
And thankfully a tap in for the 3. No aim point in sight. So that's what we want to see now. Let's keep up that pace of play. So Park now trailing by 1 over her colleague and compatriot Yu Hyung-jo. 14 under, leading the way. Unfortunately for Una Song, it's been a day she would rather forget. It's been littered with bogeys and a double bogey. There's been a couple of 3 putts as well. For a player with her distance can bring this course to its knees, this round has not eventuated for the young Korean. So a 3 there. It was a handy up and down, but if you have a look at the scorecard, there you see it's 1 with the lot. There are some birdies, but struggling on Saturday in Phuket. Still managing a smile, which we like to see. Good attitude. To the leader. Playing today at 157 yards for Yu Hyun-jo.
And a 7-iron there. And the outcome was long there for her. The ball released quite a good bit there. That's going to be a hard up and down for her. Going to be severely downhill from that backside of the green there. A very unique green here on hole number 17. So many possibility of different pin locations.
Well, fresh off a birdie on the 16th hole now for Lee Shu-yang. She's kind of weathered the storm rather well, hasn't she, Nam? Because it's still in a tie for 3rd place. She's 4 back, 1 under for the day. But you feel it's a round that she really could be stitching together a much better score, but she's hanging on in there.
Yeah, certainly she's had so many great opportunities. It's been great for her with greens in regulations and fairway hits. And she's found the green again here on hole number 17, but a lengthy par putt, or birdie putt there.
Well, it's a great looking par 3. It's like an 8-iron to the front and a 5-iron to the back of the green. And it won't be a 7-iron for a player like Mu Yamashita. Not the longest player on tour. There's probably in the region of a 6.
Not much landing space for her there as well after the bunker. We'll have to see how she can stop this ball on the green here. And exactly as I thought, it's all gonna release to that back area there. She hit that perfectly on line, exactly the distance she wants. But being a shorter player, having to hit a longer iron in there, harder to put spin on the ball there.
Well, this for a 3 for Hwang Yu-min, one of the longest players out here this week. Currently 9 under, 3 under the card today. 2 birdies they've been so far on the back 9. This would be for the 3rd.
Oh,
Thought about it.
little side door action there for Hwang Yu-min. Certainly a roller coaster around on that opening 9. You could see so many different birdies and bogeys, only 1 par. But in the back 9, she comes out victorious with 3 more birdies there.
69 from Hwang. Also in a tie for 3rd right now. Well, first to play is going to be Yoo Hyun-jo. It's a popular spot, long and left.
Certainly a bit of a collection area there.
And what's going to be interesting about this is where Yu is going to land this ball. You can see the caddy having a look. Anything short will just be, it will just die completely. This grass is sticky, the surrounds, it will take all the spin and the pace out of it, but the greens are getting faster and you can see they're having a good chat because now, you know, as a former touring professional, what are your thoughts on exactly the type of shot she's going to have to play here?
Well, there's 2 options here. She either bumps and run it into that hill there, or she completely flies it onto the green. But anything long is bunker there, and it's all downhill as soon as she gets on the green. But by the look of her practice swings, looks like she's trying to elect a little low bump and run here, trying to use that slope to slow that ball down. Taking a couple of practice swings there as she's at the collar of that second cut. Oh, and she flew it on the green, but no way of stopping that ball there.
We're going to jump ahead now to the 18th hole and back down the fairway. Wearing the beige pants, it's Jung Sung-hee. First to play. Shortest player in the group throughout the course of today. So a longer iron coming in to a back pin on 18, 27 on. Right about there. One shot behind, Park Bok-yong. Can she draw level alongside Yoo Hyun-jo with a birdie at 18?
From 107 yards, she's looking to attack this flag. That pin is tucked all the way to the left there. I don't know if there could be a harder pin location here. One more chance to set herself up for another birdie to catch the leader. Oh, yes.
How about that? That was fabulous from Park. No surprise that it's Song Una to play last. Powers it off the tee. Absolutely crunched the drive up 18.
Just too much. Just a little bit too much gas on that one. It almost grabbed back and it had that little backspin check.
We return to the 17th with our final group out on the golf course, Yamashita. Through the green. Looking to chip it in. Well, this would be handy if that would be useful to get to 11 under par. It's going to be quick once it's on the green, though. Oh, so good.
No problem for her. So much magic.
A lovely spin as well with that to get that to settle nicely next to the cup. Maybe she'll just pop that away. Ah, that's what we like to see.
All right, and she's in for another par there on 17.
Well, that breeze freshening, maybe that's how Yuna got a little bit of a fly up through the back in 2. And now has not hit that putt hard enough. That putt has gone in the naughty corner today.
Yeah, it certainly is difficult. Once the confidence leaves you with the putter, it's hard to find it back. Li Shuying with a lengthy birdie putt. Should be swooping pretty far from right to left here. And just not enough pace. Exactly as you mentioned today, Kate, Lee and Yamashita certainly has so many birdie opportunities, but has only been able to inflict one more shots up that leaderboard. Not the perfect moving day they were expecting.
So not a moving day for Jeong Sun Hee. Eight under. This is for a 3. But it holds up on the high side, nearly finishing behind the hole once again for Jeon. Well, 8 under. Finds herself 6 back as play currently stands. And that's still possible.
Yeah, certainly 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, even par round today. Song Yuna just wants to get home with this par putt, and yes, she does. It's been a difficult round for her today, but continues to show great sportsmanship.
But for Park, it's been an excellent day. And this will be a lovely way to finish as well for Park. 5 under the card. No drop shots, out in 34. 3 birdies, and this for a 4th birdie on the back 9 for Park. And a round of 66.
Oh, and in she goes. What a beautiful moving day round for her. No blemish on the scorecard at all whatsoever. 6 birdies for the day. 34 out, 32 in. Beautiful 66 round.
And joins the lead once again. 14 under par that she shares alongside this player, Yu Hyun Jo. This now for her par. Through the green with her approach, with her tee shot. Slightly uphill.
Nearly just an incredible save. Just not quite enough pace up that hill. And that will be a drop shot on 17. Not very timely.
well, is spending a long time over this putt for Lee Shuying. It's a 3. Eventually. And they march to the 18th, the final hole of today. Well, Yamashita, who's a tidy player and who holds out quickly and easily on the green, is already there on 18, saying to her playing partners, come on, girls, keep up. We've got a job to finish here. So Yamashita cruising around the golf course.
And of course, without any doubt, another fairway hit for Yamashita. Yeah, certainly seems like this final pairing is falling behind quite a bit here.
Yeah, and certainly not from Yamashita's pace of play. Yu Hyun-jo and certainly Lee Shuying need to get a wiggle on.
Oh, and another right miss off the tee there for you.
Well, the 18th hole has finally arrived. This is our final group out on the golf course. Lee Shuying, only 1 under today. 3 birdies, 2 bogeys on the scorecard. Going with driver. And giving it a rip. Wow, look at the distance. And look at the difference in distance between Yamashita and Lee.
Yeah, it must be 30 to 40 yards there.
But there you see Yamashita up ahead, powering her way up the fairway.
Certainly a fast player.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about that. We need faster play in the game, that's for sure. LPGA are going to bring in the new rule at the end of March when players next tee it up in Arizona, where if you are slow, you will be penalized a shot. And that has more of an impact on players than fining them. They'll prefer to pay the fine, but they don't like being docked a shot. Well, Park Bok-young, 14 under par. What a super day on Saturday here in Phuket, a round of 66. To lead by 1 over Yu Hyun-jo after dropping a shot on the 17th, the short par 3 for Yu. Still 4 under for the day. Has an opportunity here on 18 to draw level alongside Park once again, but needs a birdie.
.135 yards for Yamashita. Taking dead aim at that TV tower. Trying to play a little bit of a draw in there. Yeah, and for her standards, that will be considered a missed iron shot there.
attacking the spin from the right-hand side of the fairway, 112 yards. Got to fly it in over that grassy knoll, kind of like a grassy bunker, isn't it? But has to fly it over that, towards that camera tower, as you say, Nam.
And a fantastic shot. She's had the lead the majority of the day, but a late switch here. One more opportunity to be co-leader.
What a super drive for Li Shuying.
There is no knockdown wedge shot for her there by any means. It's always a full swing. Certainly lots of spin there. You can see it's spinning all the way back off that slope. Not much movement from her today.
Well, the weather has continued to be hot throughout the course of this week, but it's actually rather nice out there now. There's a little bit of cloud cover just outside our commentary box. And so while these players and their caddies are labouring in the heat, it is still a fantastic week to be had here. A few fans have come out to watch. We've got 3 lengthy putts, but they are all for birdie on 18. Going to be Yamashita to play first. Oh, indeed. It's going to be Li Shuying.
Uphill all the way here. Does she give it enough pace? And certainly a courageous attempt for her.
Well, Yamashita bringing in her caddy, John Bennett, to have a look at this putt. It's a great looking putt.
Oh. Seems to be the storyline for her today. So many close calls. Sipping that ball by the hole, left and right. So close, so many near attempts.
It's a round in the end of 71 for Yamashita. Started the day at 9 under, picked up 1 shot, but will begin the final 18 holes 4 back of Park Bok-yong, who's in the clubhouse with rounds of 66, 70 and 66. That's to lead the way. Yu Hyun-jo has this birdie opportunity to join her on 14 under.
to move up to 14 under par and to be co-leader, of course. What a great ending there for her.
Well, finishing in style. That was fabulous. It was a back nine. In the end of 34 for Yu Hyun-jo. And in it goes, a two-putt on the 18th hole for Lee Shuying, also improving by just the one shot alongside her playing partner Yamashita Miyu. Well, a day when several players are making a run up the leaderboard, but none no more so than Park Bok-yong. That was seriously impressive. A 66 on the Saturday. The low round of the day. There's been other good rounds as well from Yu Hyun-jo and Lee Gae-young. A 68 from both of those players, 4 birdies on the bounce from Lee on the back nine to make her presence felt. Other good scores as well from Ko Jiu, rallying strong and rebounding back after a frustrating Friday at Blue Canyon of 75. So a 65, 75 and a 68. But still, it's a busy looking leaderboard. There are going to be plenty of contenders, but it is Park Bok-yong who right now is enjoying sole possession of the lead by one shot over you on 14 under par here through 54 holes of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship. Well, Nam, your thoughts on today's round? Who's impressed you with their play?
Yeah, certainly it's been an incredible moving day. Certainly lots of players moving up the leaderboard and some players moving down the leaderboard as well. But you cannot forget about the young lady Lee Gae-young, certainly sneaking in a nice back nine of a 33 round, strung 4 birdies together, sneaking up the leaderboard, only a couple of shots back. And of course, the notable Thai player, Apishaya Yubon, 34 on the front nine, 35 on the back nine, 69 today. Struggling a little bit with a wrist injury, lots of missed birdie opportunities out there, but a lot of firepower from her as well. There you have it, a two-way tie at the top of the leaderboard for Park and Yu.
So who will win the season opener on the KLPGA Tour? 4 shots are currently separating the top 2 from the challengers on 10 under par. But this golf course can bite, and with that tricky start on the front nine, Nam, there are some difficult holes, certainly 3 and 4. Through the trees is demanding tee shots on that front nine, and anything can really happen. But you've got to take your hat off to Park Bok-yong for that round of 66 today.
Yeah, incredible. Not to mention, it was a bogey-free round of 66 as well. Absolutely no blemish, no mistakes made by her. Totally a different storyline from her back nine yesterday.
But for Yamashita Miyu, who is the 14th ranked player in the world, fired a 60 early on in the season this year on the LPGA Tour. So has the ability to take a very low score, and you feel that the putter simply wasn't cooperating today for a player who has got a deadly putting stroke that can inflict an awful lot of birdies and eagles on a golf course. So a good day had by all here. We've got talent flooding in from Japan, Korea, Thailand, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Indonesia, India as well. A whole raft of nationalities have come to Phuket to contest in this event. It's the second year of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship, now extended to 72 holes. But we hope you've enjoyed the coverage, and we do on behalf of Nam Padong and myself, Kate Burton, hope you can join us tomorrow for the final round of the Blue Canyon Ladies Championship.